Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jeff the Tech Blazer coming at you today with my AirPods Pro review. I've had them for about 5 months now. I use them every day, so I decided now's a good time to do the review. Okay, so right off the bat, let's get the price out of the way. These guys are not cheap. They're $249. But if you use them like I do, so basically every single day, I think you'll definitely get your money's worth out of them, especially with the very small amount of problems I've had with them over the past 5 months. I definitely, right off the bat, think they're worth the money, even though they are expensive. The AirPods Pro come with active noise canceling built in, which is an excellent feature, especially when we could go to the gym, because it would definitely help block out all the noise. But the noise canceling can still be useful if you're at home trying to study or watch something on your phone or on an iPad or something, and you just want that extra ability to block out the world around you and focus on whatever you're doing. It also brings a little bit more life and clarity to the music. And they have built in vents to help with the pressure equalization that can happen when you do turn noise canceling on. And it just kind of helps keep your ears and everything more comfortable. The AirPods Pro also have a transparency mode. So when you have both of them in and you have the transparency mode turned on, you can still hear your music, but if somebody's around you trying to talk to you, you don't necessarily have to take the AirPods out. You'll still be able to hear somebody trying to have a conversation with you and hear yourself. So don't need to take them out, and that just adds a little bit of convenience to them. And if you don't want the transparency mode on, you can turn that off and just have no mode on, and they'll just act like normal AirPods with the normal sound you'd get from them. So, you can choose between three modes. You can have the active noise canceling, the transparency mode, or just have them on with no added feature on. The AirPods Pro also have sweat and water resistance. I've never had an issue with them getting extremely sweaty during a workout, never had them break up or stop working or anything like that. They also have the H1 chip in them to help them work flawlessly across any of the Apple devices you have. Um, they charge with Lightning, so it can be just like the same as your iPhone. They also work with wireless charging. You can get 5 hours of listening with the noise canceling on before they need to charge, and the battery case itself actually adds an additional 20 hours worth of battery. Plus, if you throw them back in the battery case, 5 minutes of charging in there can get you up to another hour's worth of listening. And I've never had an issue with them dying on me throughout the day. If one starts to get low, or you get a little bit of ear fatigue, I tend to switch them. I don't tend to have both in at the same time. But doing it that way, they never run out of battery on me, especially if I throw them on the wireless charger throughout the day. Um, Not that they need it, just because hey, the wireless charger's there. I'm not exactly using the case while I'm listening to the headphones, so keep the case charged all the time, and it'll keep the AirPods charged all the time. So it works out. Again, I've never had them die, even once during the day. So the whole time I've had them over the past like 5 months. So battery life is pretty awesome on them. The design of these things is pretty goofy. Um, they definitely still have that stem that sticks out of your ear a little bit, but not as long as the original AirPods. Um, and this time they have a silicone tip that comes with a couple different ones in there, but I find them actually to be very comfortable. They're nice and soft, and you can get replacement ones pretty easily for them. But the case is also pretty small, very pocketable, doesn't get in the way at all. You won't lose it. But it's a convenient size, so that's also helpful. There are no buttons on the AirPods Pro. Instead, you squeeze the stem, and every time you do, you hear a little click in your ear. And with each squeeze, it does something different. The first one can be a play, pause, or answer a call. Double squeeze will give you the next track. If you triple squeeze it, it'll go to the previous track. And you might think that pinching this might be a little bit awkward and not really work that well. You might feel like you'll pull them out of your ear or anything, but no, they work pretty well. The pinching feature is pretty easy, um, so that there's no physical buttons on the actual AirPods themselves. The only downside when it comes to the AirPods Pro with the lack of physical buttons and the squeezing feature is there's no way to actually control the volume from the AirPods themselves. You have to use your phone or whatever device they're connected to change the volume. That's definitely a bit annoying. I'm not sure how they would have done it with the whole squeezing feature, but that's one of my very very few gripes with them. Okay, so now for the most important part in my opinion. How do they actually sound? Uh, Now I'm very particular about my headphones. I like to listen to a variety of music, especially when I first get a pair of headphones, just to kind of hit them with everything, see where their strengths are, where their weaknesses are, see if I need to make up an EQ, like my own personal EQ, and mess with that a little bit. But these, so far, they check all of my boxes. I haven't had to mess with any type of EQ or really anything like that at all. Um, the If you have the noise canceling on, it definitely clears it up a bit. You definitely hear everything a little bit better. But even if I most of the time have transparency mode on, and with transparency mode, the bass is punchy, the highs are nice, mids are nice, everything sounds clear, everything sounds great. They have a surprising amount of bass actually, but I listen to every genre of music with these things, and I have not been disappointed at all. Um, Podcasts sound great. If you're watching a video on them, they sound great. If you're answering a phone call, everything sounds pretty clear through the phone. I haven't had anybody complain about my voice on it, and I hear everything coming through it pretty clear. So no issues at all. Sound quality is pretty good. For 250 bucks, you can definitely get better sounding headphones, but they might not be as convenient. They definitely won't be as small for the most part. So it's a hefty price tag, but I do think the sound quality and just the ease of use, how convenient they are, definitely make these guys well worth it. And if they make another version of it, I look forward to testing those ones out too. All right, this has been Jeff the Tech Blazer. Thanks for checking this one out. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.